Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottanen from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 169. Hey, Camera Club tonight at 6 p.m. at my house. Susie will be demonstrating senior posing on a beautiful senior model. The weather looks amazing, so if you are in the Pittsburgh area, please come out and join us. I will post a link below to the Camera Club page. It's just something we do every month. It's free. We get together, we photograph different things, we share information, we talk about settings and light and posing and gear. It's just good, clean fun. You should definitely join us. Okay, and then secondarily, I want to talk, actually primarily, that was secondary. I just went first with it. I want to talk today about confidence. A lot of women starting in their photography journey seem to struggle with confidence. Now, the obvious solution to the confidence issue is to study your craft, right? Learn more about photography, practice. Maybe if it's business that you're concerned about, to just gather some resources, watch some videos online, talk to some people, find a mentor, and then obviously, again, practicing photography and then working on post-processing or whatever, because competence leads to confidence. We've talked about this in previous videos. That's I think the simple, expected, straightforward response to that, but I want to encourage you to go a little bit deeper. Ask yourself what the story is that's holding you back. So are you telling yourself that you're just not as good as the next person, or you'll never be able to learn it, or you're just not that kind of person, or you're just not creative? But the problem is, the more you tell yourself that, your brain actually starts to believe that that's the truth, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So for instance, if you say to yourself, I'm just not creative, it's not who I am, maybe I'm good at other things, but I'm not creative, I'm not creative, I'm not creative. Sooner or later, your brain takes that as a command. I'm not creative, I'll never be creative, so why even bother trying? And you cannot be creative. Oh, good morning, Christine. Thank you. Thank you for saying hello. So you have to be really careful what story you're telling your brain, and I have some great examples this morning because I did my hair and makeup completely different today. Look at this. I did a French braid here, and then just wrapped it and pulled it up. I did lashes and a completely different look on my face. Oh, maybe it looks the same to you, but I assure you it is not. But here's the thing. Years ago, I used to tell myself, you're just not good at makeup. It's just not your thing. And you don't really have good hair, so like fun, cute hairstyles, they're just not for you. It's just not your thing. And I was okay with that. I thought, all right, that's not my thing, I'll just move on. And I had this inner dialogue going about who I was and who I wasn't. I told myself that because my background is engineering, I couldn't possibly be creative. Now, that was a paradigm that I had from probably high school or college, when guidance counselors would say to me, you're very analytical, you'll be really good in engineering, but you're not the artsy type, you're not creative. You couldn't be, because it's just not how your brain works. I believed them. So the story I told myself my whole life was that I wasn't creative. And by the way, you'll still catch me saying that, which is a problem, because the more I tell my brain that, it's going to accept that command. So I didn't think I was good at hair or makeup. I didn't ever think I'd be able to do anything like that. And then one day, I mean, you've heard of it, right? The YouTube. I found the YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube. So my daughter Ella and I watch video tutorials on how to do hair and makeup, and we watched a couple last night, hence the new hairstyle. Is it perfect? No. Do I believe that I am gifted in hair and makeup? Not at all. But I can do in a pinch, and I like it. And I think it's just fun to try things that are different. Also, do you remember a few years ago, oh gosh, I don't know when it was, it might have been longer than that, where it became really popular or healthier to not wash your hair every day. So everybody started saying, dry shampoo came onto the market, and everybody started saying, if you wash your hair every day, it's not good for it, and heat styling and all of that. And I used to say to myself, oh, I wish I could be one of those people, but my hair just looks horrible when I don't wash it. So I would continue to wash my hair every day, even though nobody else on the planet was doing it. I just thought my hair just didn't lend itself to those types of styles. Well, guess what? Changed my thinking. I shifted it around, and you're looking at hair right now that has not been washed since Sunday. 3 days without washing it. I just use dry shampoo. They have it at Target. They have this really nice blonde kind, so it has a little bit of color to it. My goodness, it's a miracle. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Actually, I do know why I didn't do it sooner, because I was telling my brain that I couldn't. I just wasn't me. Just didn't work for me. There are so many things that we tell ourselves that are just simply not true. You have to start to really question those things. For years, I told myself, I wish I could be the type of person that could exercise or would exercise. I just don't have the time. Can't find the time. The truth is I didn't make the time, because you do exactly what you want to do. So if you tell me you don't have time for something like exercising or reading books, what you're really saying is, I don't want to do that. I'd rather binge watch something on Netflix like that Game of Cards or House of Castles or whatever it is, that show that you're binge watching all of the time. But then you'll say to me, I don't have time to read a book. I don't have time to exercise. Oh, false. That's a big negative there. You do. You just make choices. So for years I told myself, I can't exercise. It's just not my thing. I'd have to get up early in the morning to do it. I can't do that. I can't get up early in the morning and exercise. Well, finally, because I'm super slow, I decided last year I had to shift that paradigm. So we are in September now. This was in January. So about 9 months ago, I decided that was just complete crap. And I started getting up significantly earlier than I had in the past, and I now am proud to say that I exercise on average 7 days a week. I rarely miss a day unless I have an incredibly early appointment, but I'm getting up between 5:30 and 6, and I'm exercising every single day. So I blew that paradigm out of the water just by doing something different. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. If you go back and watch the beginning of the video, I'm talking about how I did my hair completely different today, as with my makeup, even though for years I told myself I was not good at those things. Those are all lies from the pit of hell, where all lies originate. You're telling yourself these lies, and you're saying things that your brain is actually starting to believe. I'm not that type of person. I can't be creative. I couldn't have my own business. I can't be a photographer. I can't exercise. I could never do that. Oh, also changed up my outfit today. So I like to dress up. I like pretty things. I'm wearing this very casual shirt from Target, this plaid. Very casual for me. But it's cute, right? But it's so different. If you push yourself outside of your typical lines of thinking, oh my gosh, you guys, amazing things happen, because you'll figure out that you are good at things that you did not think you were good at. You'll start to believe it. So you'll play with your hair, your makeup, or your clothing. You'll change something up. You'll get a compliment. And then this is what happens. Subconsciously, your brain is thinking, oh wow, I can do that. Okay, if I could do that, then what else? What else could I possibly do that I thought I couldn't do? It could be a possibility, but I was telling my brain it wasn't. Mind is blown. So tomorrow, because today's already started, I want you to, how about this? How about let's take it one step at a time, because you're afraid. And people will say to me, oh yeah, of course you can do that because you're brave and courageous. Because I braided my hair and did my makeup different. That makes me brave and courageous? Oh, come on. This is not that hard. So tomorrow, I want you to do something different to your hair or makeup. Just change it up. If you always part on this side, why don't you part on the other side? Oh my gosh. What in the world could happen if you parted on the other side of your head? Oh, who knows? You're saying to yourself, oh, I could never learn makeup, or I could never learn to put lashes on. I hear that one all the time. By the way, I was that person. I said that. I said to the makeup artist I work with, oh my gosh, I wish I could put lashes on. I could never do that. Well, okay, if you say that, it's going to be true. All of these things are self-fulfilling prophecies. So if you don't know how to do it now, just say, I'm learning. I'm learning how to do that, and I'm going to get really good at it. I'm not suggesting that you say to yourself, oh yeah, I can do makeup and put lashes on if you can't. Okay, if you can't, don't lie to yourself. But at least say, I'm learning. Oh yeah, I could do that. I throw these lashes on, by the way, from Walmart. Out the door. No problem. It takes practice. But more than practice, it takes a belief that you can do anything. Okay, one last story, just to drive the point home. A couple of years ago, when I was still homeschooling Ella, we decided to take a knitting class during the day, which is super fun because everybody else is at work and school and we're in this knitting class, right? Well, as a result, this knitting class was Ella, who was, oh gosh, maybe 10 or 11 at the time, myself, and a bunch of really sweet elderly ladies. We go into this knitting class. All of these ladies have knitting experience. Ella and I have zero, none. So we go in and we're kind of fumbling around and we start knitting, and that first class, I think it was like a 2-hour class. We met for 4 to 6 weeks and we're knitting, and I got the hang of it and I just went going, and all of these older ladies who had been knitting their whole lives were really struggling with certain stitches, whatever. Okay, we get in the car and Ella says to me, "How did you know how to knit? I didn't think you did it before." And I said, "No, I never knitted before. I don't know how to do it." And she said, "Well, how are you able to do that when those old ladies who have been knitting their whole lives couldn't do it?" Now, Ella was still little, so she was in the back seat. You guys, I flipped that mirror down so I could make eye contact with her. And I said, "Do you know what the difference is between me and everyone else in that class? I believe I can do it. I believe I can learn and figure out anything. And as a result, I'm able to do it. It's like magic." Okay, I said that was the last story. I lied because something happened the other night. So Craig and my dad are really into this clay pigeon shooting business right now or whatever. So a couple evenings a week we go out on our property and we shoot clay pigeons. Excuse me. They shoot clay pigeons. Mom and I sit there and talk. It's just good, clean family fun, whatever. So 2 nights ago we were out there and everybody's shooting, and Craig and my dad are just like, "We need to get Heather shooting. We need to get," okay, Heather doesn't really care, but okay, I'll shoot. So they taught me how to use this shotgun. They actually taught me a couple weeks ago. I did a YouTube video on it. If you go to homesteadheather.tv, there's a YouTube video of me learning how to shoot the shotgun. It was a couple weeks ago, but I was shooting stationary targets. Okay, so they say, "You need to shoot these clay pigeons." I'm like, all right. So they kind of give me some instruction, and I say the command, which is pull, and the clay pigeon goes up and I shoot and I miss it, which is not surprising, right? And then the second one goes up and I hit it. And I put the gun down and my arms up and I said, "We're done here." Because once I figure it out, I know that I can do it. I could do it over and over and over again. And chances are I would miss very few. Does that sound arrogant? No, please do not let it sound that way. It's a belief I have in myself that I can learn and do anything. I did not always have this. I just shared with you years ago, I did not think I could list 100 things I didn't think I could do. But as I do more things, as I prove myself wrong that I thought I couldn't do, then your confidence grows because you're like, "Wait a minute, I figured that out. What else is there? I can do anything." Hey, I'll see you at Camera Club tonight. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.